Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. The Spring and Autumn and Warring States periods were an extremely tumultuous time in Chinese history. The Central Plains were like a pot of boiling porridge, filled with chaos and strife. Whether nobility or common people, everyone struggled in the midst of this conflict. The rise of the five hegemons in the Spring and Autumn period and the battle for supremacy among the seven warring states. Every figure in history displayed their talents in this great tide. However, among all the numerous feudal states, only one ultimately achieved unification: Qin. Qin Shi Huang was the creator of this great achievement. His prestige, pride, and ambition became the most dazzling stroke of that era. Qin Shi Huang abolished the feudal system and established a centralized bureaucracy with counties and a bureaucratic system. In order to strengthen the control of the central government, he implemented a series of measures. Specifically, he unified currency and measurements, standardized writing, enabling unified standards and communication across the country. In addition, after unifying the Central Plains, Qin Shi Huang began work on constructing the Great Wall in the north. Although the country had been unified, the aristocratic powers in various regions remained strong. Without strengthening the connection between the central government and the local regions, the country might once again fall into division. Therefore, Qin Shi Huang urgently needed to improve transportation between the central government and the counties to ensure national unity and stability. As a result, he vigorously promoted the construction of roads to better connect various regions. Due to years of warfare, agricultural facilities in the various states had been severely damaged. And some had even fallen into disrepair due to the wars. After unification, restoring agricultural production became an urgent task. Qin Shi Huang invested significant manpower to repair water conservancy facilities, dredging rivers, and restoring canals. This not only facilitated the smooth flow of waterway transportation but also played an important role in agricultural irrigation and recovery. As for the construction of the Great Wall, Qin Shi Huang's aim was to protect the lives and property of people along the northern frontier while also alleviating the burdens on the people. The Xiongnu were a nomadic people with a wide range of cavalry activities. Without the Great Wall, the Qin dynasty would need to deploy large numbers of troops for defense, which would undoubtedly place a heavy burden on the people. It is worth noting that the Great Wall was not originally initiated by Qin Shi Huang. Instead, he connected the existing sections of the wall from the Qin, Zhao, and Yan states, creating a more complete defense line. However, the rules of life cannot be avoided. And even the eternal emperor, Qin Shi Huang, could not escape. Despite desperately seeking the elixir of immortality, attempting to change his fate, he ultimately could not escape the inevitability of death. Before Qin Shi Huang passed away, three inexplicable supernatural events occurred. These events have led many to wonder whether they were fictional additions by later generations. However, these events were not fabricated, they are recorded in Shiji, records of the Grand Historian. The first event is called the Sinking Jade Bai incident. The Bai in Sinking Bai refers to the ancient jade disc worn by people or used in sacrificial rites. The term sinking jade bai means throwing the jade disc into a river or lake, which was a common ritual in ancient sacrifices. The story of the sinking jade bai is recorded in Shiji as follows: One autumn, a Qin envoy, traveling through the Huayin Pingshu Road in the east, was suddenly stopped by a man holding a jade bai. The man told the envoy, "Please deliver this jade bai to Lord Heqi and tell him that this year, the ancestor dragon will die." The Qin envoy was baffled and was about to ask for clarification when, to his surprise, the man suddenly disappeared, leaving the jade bai behind. The envoy had no choice but to continue his journey with the jade bai. When the envoy returned to Qin Shi Huang and told him the story in detail, Qin Shi Huang thought deeply for a long time and finally said, "Mountain ghosts only know the affairs of the year." Then, he muttered to himself, "Ancestor dragon refers to the ancestor of mankind. He then instructed officials to carefully inspect the jade bai. It was discovered that this was indeed the same jade bai that had sunk into the river during a sacrificial ceremony when Qin Shi Huang was touring the Jiang region in the 28th year of his reign. Was this incident a conspiracy between that mysterious man, the Qin envoy, and the officials, deliberately attempting to threaten Emperor Qin Shi Huang? None of us can say for sure. However, based on Qin Shi Huang's reaction, it is not difficult to sense that he believed at least some of it. And perhaps even became a bit anxious. You must know, the Qi Juan, Lord of Qi Pool, mentioned by the mysterious man was a water deity worshipped by the ancients. At the time, when Qin Shi Huang was facing many of his ministers, he tried his best to maintain his imperial dignity. He referred to the mysterious man as a mountain ghost and dismissed the prophecy that the ancestor dragon will die. After all, autumn had already arrived. And Qin Shi Huang did not believe he would die in the coming winter. However, once all the ministers had retired, Qin Shi Huang's words seemed somewhat self-reassuring. After all, anyone with a sharp mind could understand that the ancestor dragon mentioned by the mysterious man referred to Qin Shi Huang himself. Yet, Qin Shi Huang still said to those around him, the ancestor dragon refers to the ancestors of humankind. This statement seemed to have a self-deceptive quality, clearly indicating his inner unease. The second matter, the strange astronomical phenomenon. In the records of the grand historian, Shiji, it was recorded, in the 36th year of Qin Shi Huang's reign, Mars guarded the heart. In the 36th year of Qin Shi Huang's reign, an event called Mars guarding the heart took place. Mars was actually what we now refer to as the planet Mars, which was named by the ancient people. At that time, Mars slowly approached the heart star, the heart of the Virgo constellation. And the three stars formed a remarkable straight line, creating a rare astronomical spectacle known as the triple star alignment. This was an astonishing phenomenon in ancient times. Today, people are no longer afraid of such phenomena. In fact, they are quite fascinated by them, eagerly waiting for an opportunity to witness such a magnificent astronomical sight. However, in the eyes of the ancients, Mars was not just an ordinary star. They believed that the closer Mars came to Earth, the greater the potential for disaster, and it was considered a disaster star. Furthermore, for Qin Shi Huang, who was obsessed with immortality, his reverence for deities and spirits was extraordinarily strong. Therefore, it's clear that he was deeply anxious about this event. The third matter, the inscription on a meteorite. Before the Qin officials had given an official explanation for the Mars guarding the heart event, another strange phenomenon occurred, the inscription on a meteorite, which further unsettled everyone. The records of the grand historian recorded, a falling star landed in the eastern June region and turned into a stone. Some local people carved into the stone, when the first emperor dies, the land will be divided. It's hard to imagine how much of an impact such a strange occurrence would have had in that era. When heaven provides such signs, how should people respond? In fact, meteorite falls were not uncommon over 2,000 years ago. Similar events had occurred since the Zhou dynasty, and during the spring and autumn and warring states periods. There were also records of meteorites falling. However, this meteorite fall was entirely different from previous ones. Especially the inscriptions on it, which were truly puzzling. Did it mean that after Qin Shi Huang's death, the empire would soon fall into chaos? When Qin Shi Huang learned of this, he was enraged and immediately dispatched people to investigate. In the end, no one admitted to carving the inscription. Furious, Zheng ordered the execution of the residents living near the meteorite in the eastern June region and had them all put to death. As if that weren't enough, he also commanded that the stone be destroyed. After the matter settled, Qin Shi Huang's mood remained poor. To vent his anger, he ordered the creation of the immortal and divine poem, which recorded his travels and great achievements across the empire. He also had musicians compose a tune for the poem and sing it. According to historians, whether from a political, military, or cultural standpoint, Qin Shi Huang was a great ruler with far-reaching influence. This is the History and Culture channel. Liking and subscribing are the greatest help and support to us. Thank you everyone and see you in the next time.